The Dakota College of Botany, the commercial photography department, Mr. Wayne Thomas, the instructor there. How you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing so good. Okay, let's hop right into it. You have been, this is like your first year of teaching here. You've been other places and done some teaching and things like that, but first year at Dakota College of Botany.
First year, August of 2015, I set foot.
And what do you think of the area?
It's nice. It's a real nice area, very family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I like quiet. It's a very simple life.
You'll be here for the rest of your life then?
Yeah, it's a good place.
I love it. We talk about photography, commercial photography, different types of photography. Is this one of the better areas to, like, in this part of the state? I know you've probably been all over the state. You've been all over the world traveling and photographing, taking photos. I don't know. Is photographing even a word? It is now. Photographing, we'll go with that. And this is a pretty good place to do some photography, isn't it?
It is. And this is a new program we have at DCB. This is its third year in existence.
Mm-hmm.
We offer a 1-year certificate and a 2-year associate's degree. We also now offer an online component of the program. But it is a great place to be. This is a nice place where people are open to being photographed.
Okay.
And for portrait photographers, it's really good because there's a real sense of heritage with families.
Sure. Yes.
And that's fantastic. So we make memories. We help students to create memories for families.
What different kinds of classes are there?
Well, we have a bunch. So in 2 years, you start off with just learning how to use your camera.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a beginning photography class.
Okay.
So intro to photography. In that class, we kind of give you some tools on what makes a good picture. We also have digital darkroom. So now we start talking about Photoshop and how to go in and manipulate the pictures, make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we also talk in that first year about lighting. So we bring in strobes, we bring in natural light, and now we take it up a notch. And we get some really good ideas on how to mold and sculpt lighting for each individual.
Okay.
And then we talk about portraiture. And then we actually have a class where we bring in people from the community and we make business transactions in the studio, and students learn on hand how to do a real live photo shoot for people for money.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really hands-on.
Okay, so the kind of general classes, but then there are some very specific classes as well.
Absolutely. One of the classes that we have, too, is outdoor photography.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And so last year we started by going to Teddy Roosevelt National Park, and I hope every year that we can do some sort of a trip with that class.
Sure.
Because I think it's one of the most spectacular places in the state to go.
Awesome.
And you still run across students that haven't been there. And so we spend the whole weekend. We go in, we camp, and then we go and photograph. We make sure we get up for sunrise. We get out there for sunset. We do some nighttime photography. So it's a great weekend to get out and just have fun.
Speaking of like the Teddy Roosevelt National Park, another great place, Black Hill, South Dakota, too. I mean, that's beautiful there. Probably lend itself to some very nice photography.
Absolutely. You know what? Surrounding Teddy Roosevelt National Park is the grasslands. And we snuck into the grasslands, and we were very happy and pleased with that area because everyone thinks, let's go to Teddy Roosevelt. And those grasslands are a real hidden secret.
So you take the students out into the field, and what about? So are there the people who have already completed the course? What are they doing now? A lot of them still doing what they set out to do.
Yeah. So we have. It's only the third year, but we have a student here in town, Michelle Christine Photography. So she set up a studio within the last year, and then we also have Natasha Lund. She has taken off. I believe she's in Grand Forks, but I watch her Facebook page, and she is always out making photographs, senior photographs, and family pictures. So she's really working well. Both of these ladies have gone on and they're making us real proud. This year we're graduating Tina March. Tina has plans to go possibly into Texas to do some commercial work.
Wow. And
then Leslie Ostrom, she's looking to go and work as a photographer on cruise ships.
Okay. So getting that traveling in it is again too.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's one thing my students walk away with is to appreciate travel and seeing something, then I feel that's really great.
Being a photographer yourself, I mean, I can't even take a selfie. I can't. I'm horrible at it. But I mean, being a photographer, you probably walk around and see things differently than everybody else.
Absolutely. And I try to get my students to think of that same exact thing. And it's really wonderful watching my freshmen even now. We talk about movies. And I'd watched a movie earlier this year where there was a certain set of lights or a certain lighting technique that was used on an actor. and that actor turned his face 180 degrees, and I noticed that same exact lighting still existed. So I told my students, I mean, that's very much something that the photography director on that set was going for. And it's really nice now that my students are seeing these lighting techniques used in film, and it's all about the light. And so we start to see things differently. We instill these tools with photographers to really creatively use their eye.
Okay. All right, very nice. All right, that's a great answer. I like that one. Online program. We kind of dabbled on that a little bit earlier, but is that something that's available for everybody?
Absolutely. We have a fantastic instructor in Clint Saunders. Clint Saunders is a fantastic fine art photographer, and he's a really good portrait photographer. He does many other things, but I know those are two of his strengths. And he teaches online for us from his home in Casper, Wyoming. And he was here on campus for 2 years. He has a really good understanding of photography, really good understanding of the state, and he does a really fantastic job with our online students.
Awesome. That's Clint Saunders, you said?
Absolutely.
The name sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's a popular guy.
Okay, excellent. Scholarships.
Absolutely.
What do we have on that?
Well, I'll tell you what. We've got this high school photo contest we're working on right now. Deadline is coming up here on May 15th. So if you go to our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/DCBphoto.
Okay.
You can get to our, you can see all of the photographs that our students are making throughout the year. But right now we're doing a high school photo contest. We're offering $1,000 in scholarships. And so we're going to be awarding that here at the end of May. And we're really looking forward to seeing those students in the fall.
Okay. Who's all judging on that? Is that you're involved in that?
Yeah, me and Clint Saunders.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So butter you up then is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. No, not at all. Not at all. No, but we're excited because this is a good chance to get people in. The tuition is very affordable here at DCB, and we're going to help make it just even a little bit more friendly.
Okay, now talk to me about this this calendar deal.
Absolutely. Our documentary class every year has gone somewhere and done a project. Last year was Willow City. So we have a book on Willow City that documents our time in Willow City. That's for sale to the public right now. So currently what we're doing is we did a calendar. We're working still. Today I get to see what the final pictures look like in class.
Okay.
It's a calendar of the Turtle Mountains. So we've been documenting the Turtle Mountains since January. And we will hopefully publish this calendar by the end of the year. What we're doing is we're offering sponsorships for each page. For $200, you get your logo on the page, and you get 17 of our calendars to do with whatever you want.
Awesome.
So we've got 4 businesses currently involved in sponsoring, and so we're looking for some more to get it filled out.
Okay. All right. Wow. What you told us so far about the photography department, even if you haven't thought about photography and maybe it's just kind of been in the back of your mind, it sounds like something that a lot of people would be very interested in.
I think so. It's such a fun field, and there's so many ways you can take this. You can take it into design. You can take it into portraits. You can take it into stock photography, travel photography.
Sure.
There's so many avenues inside of photography to go with. Plus, even if you don't end up making pictures, the technological skills that you learn along the way are fantastic. My seniors are putting together their own website this semester, and that's a good skill to have as well.
Honestly, like I said, for somebody who even struggles to take a selfie, that would be probably a good class for me to take.
You should join us.
That'd be a lot of fun, buddy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. How would you like to? What would you like to say in closing as we say goodbye to Mr. Wayne Thomas?
Well, again, our Facebook page has a lot of our resources. It's facebook.com/DCBphoto. You can reach me at wayne.thomas@dakotacollege.edu. You can just give a call over, pop by for a visit. We're happy to show you tours. If you're interested in coming for photography but you don't have your own equipment, we have equipment for you to borrow for free.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Sounds great. I hope a lot of people have enjoyed this because it sounds great. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, and I think all my students can attest to that, and we love it.
Excellent, buddy. All right. Wait, give me some 5, buddy. Up top. Ah, right.